Welcome to Blacksburg and Virginia Tech, the home of the Hokies. And don't forget, my son, it's time for Enter Sandman. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Virginia Cavaliers, taking on another team from the ACC, the Virginia Tech Hokies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me as always, and this will send chills up your spine. It's time for Enter Sandman. Cavaliers will kick it off to get us underway. He'll bring it back looking for help. So the Virginia Tech Hokies offense will go to work first. So when these two met last year, bowl eligibility was on the line, and Virginia Tech got the win, went to the Duke's Mayo Bowl, and the Cavaliers ended the season in disappointment.
Virginia Tech was able to end their season with a Pop Watson, young freshman quarterback stepping in, and he went to work, David, throwing the football, showing off his athleticism. He was the difference for the Hokies and helping getting them bowl eligible with this win last year.
Yeah, and listen, the Hokies, let's be honest, they've had the advantage in this rivalry for a long time. They've won 22 of the last 24. So I'm not good at math, but I know Virginia's not good in this matchup, and they've got to find a way to somehow compete at a higher level and find a way to win this rivalry game.
That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. First down here for the offense. Looking downfield, it's Drones. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Backed up now, here's second and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Quarterback now breaking the field. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
All right, this quarterback is going to have to start playing with a clock going off in his head. He knows he cannot hold on to the football too long with players like that getting after him.
Got his man to the left. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. The Hokies have this offense rolling. Looking downfield on first down. Got a man. It's Stewart. Turning it on. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
He breaks a tackle, and he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield. It's Stewart. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making...
And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Hokies! With that first touchdown, the old Hokie Stones are trembling in this great stadium.
Yeah, and such great fans in Lane Stadium. Early in the game has a reason to be rocking. They get on the scoreboard first. Everybody going bananas.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and bring it back. So the Virginia Cavaliers offense will go to work for the first time. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a piece, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
They need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game like we've seen throughout his career when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter, and that's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Dropping back, it's Morris. Snags it over the middle. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. And the Cavaliers send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Here's the return. He's got great speed. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
And the Hokies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Fundamental football with the Hokies. We talk about special teams, but the running game has always been part of their DNA.
And when you continue to find guys at the running back spot like David Wilson, and those guys that you can feature, you can give them the ball, establish that physicality, establish that playmaking, it gets everything rolling for this offense.
The Hokies can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to pass. Got his man quickly. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They're down to the 20, 1st and 10. To the air, it's Drones. Going for 6. Touchdown, Virginia Tech. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They take over late and they have enough time to put together a drive. Wants to throw it on 1st down. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And this offense, man, they're going to have to figure something out. And this is already getting out of hand, but they're going to have to protect their quarterback. They're going to have to start throwing the football and having some success, because right now they got a bagel up on the scoreboard.
Fires to the big fella. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
It's way too early in the game to say this is a must score, But, man, you've dug yourself an early hole, and this offense needs to capitalize. You're not getting the football after the half, so create some momentum now while you can.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up. The Cavaliers will hustle to the line. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Pocket breaking down. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Powers through the defender. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, it's Drones. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. He'll be stopped just outside the 20 at the 21 in the waning moments here in the first half.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. This try will come from the left hash, and he'll try to curl it in from 38. Never a doubt. And now the lead is even bigger. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, some real thrilling performances, and there's still 2 quarters to go here between the Cavs and Hokies. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering 2 things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Virginia Tech and Virginia plays out.
And the Hokies will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Ross. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Right through his hands. You just have to make that catch, and it'll be third down. He's going to throw it from his own end zone. That internal clock just didn't move fast enough, and they get him for a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Hauls it in and looking upfield. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Looking to throw, it's Drones. He turns that loose down the right side. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection. So now it's second and long. They'll try the right side. He's knocked down for a loss of 7.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
They might need a telescope to find the first down marker, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Off play action. Working that left side now. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. The Hokies are on the move. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Blasted as he lets it go. Touchdown, Hokies! And the pummeling has started. Hokie, Tech, VPI builds a big lead on the Hoos.
You gotta love the way the Hokies have come out in this game, and they've just taken it. They're playing with more energy, and they're flying around.
They're flying around, playing great, playing with an edge. You can tell this game really, really matters. That's why rivalries are so much fun.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. The returner will field it and try to do some business. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Virginia has it back. The Cavalier offense headed to the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the...
There he goes. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Caught in the backfield. It's Brown. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. Now on 2nd down. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Virginia Tech is on top. They've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. 42 Spider. 42 Spider. To the air, it's Morris. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
I got to give this defense a lot of credit. They were very confident coming into this one, even though they were going up against one of the best quarterbacks in the entire country. They're confident because they believe in their ability to get to him, and they've been able to do that in this game. There's another sack here late.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And that decision will be questioned for a while. And we're about to get another look at this Hokie offense. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. It's caught. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got it behind the line. It's Stewart. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Here we go. 2nd and goal for the offense. Tries again to get it in. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with it.
And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 15, here's the return. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Virginia sending its offense back onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, that you're talking about.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Morris. A deep throw as the clock winds down. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. And the Cavaliers will try to pin them back with the punt. No fair catches here, looking for room. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. It was the Hokies gobbling up the Cavaliers in this win, and they will claim the Commonwealth Cup. That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.